Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective for today. Today is slightly better. Today is Wednesday. It is June 10th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. Leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. So we're going to use the Signs of the Times by Crystal Banner. Oh, I wanted to show you some new decks I got. I'm going to cleanse them and stuff today. I got them late last night from Amazon. We got Beyond the Fog and Shade Oracle cards. It's like a little tiny deck. It literally, when you pull the cards out, like they all look like they're handmade. Like all the little pictures look like they were drawn, and they're all different. Like it's really cute. So I got that. I think that was like $10. And then I got What's Gossip Oracle cards and What's Gossip Oracle cards Volume 2. So, and I think these were $15 a piece, maybe something like that. I don't know, y'all. I've been debating. I've been thinking about this since Monday, and today is Wednesday. So y'all know my birthday was Wednesday. Okay, I didn't have any plans. I had my birthday dinner with my dad and my brother the Saturday before, last Saturday. Had a great time. No plans for Monday. Just knew like I was gonna like do all my favorite things and walk and do YouTube and all that stuff. So a few weeks before, I took my friend out for dinner for her birthday, right? And I think I told you guys last year she forgot my birthday. Never mentioned it, not once. I mentioned my birthday like I think it was like 2 or 3 months later, and she got this look on her face like she knew she had forgotten, but she didn't say anything because she didn't want to acknowledge it. We got one on the table. So this year I was like, she's not going to remember. And the only way she probably would remember is if my birthday was on Facebook. However, my birthday is not on Facebook, and it has not been for years, which is probably why she forgot last year. Well, I think I told you guys, like, I've had it with Facebook. So the week before last, I logged out. I deleted it off my phone. I'm not going back to Facebook. Whatever's on there is on there. I left it open. That way, if I want to try and go back later to get pictures of the cats or whatever, I can. Okay? Monday, she texts me, probably about 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay? Well, maybe like between 9 and 10, because I got up. I was already getting up, doing my stuff, and I was getting ready to go out to get my free coffees from Starbucks and 7 Brew. I was going to putz around. I ended up going to Walmart and getting some clothes. And so she texts me and says, "Happy birthday. Can I take you out to dinner?" And it's funny because I immediately realized that somebody else probably got on my Facebook page and said happy birthday, and she probably happened to see it. And that's how she knew to say happy birthday. Okay, fine, whatever. She said happy birthday. She asked me if I want to go out to dinner. And I said, "Oh, what were you thinking?" And she's talking about this Jamaican restaurant that opened up, I think it was like the end of last year in Waukegan, Illinois. Okay, it's down by the Genesee Theater. If you know anything about Waukegan, Illinois, the Genesee Theater, there's not a lot of parking there. Like, I would literally have to show up probably like an hour early and troll for parking. By this time, I was already at Walmart. I was like going through the store and picking up clothes. They had like tanks for like $2 a piece. So I went all out on Monday. I spent like $80 on clothes. I think I got like 12 things. And so I texted her back and I said, "Well, when do you want to go? Because I'm probably going to show up early to try and get parking." Y'all, you would not believe that. You would not believe this. Would not believe this. So she texts me back and she says, "Well, my car is in the shop. So you can come pick me up. This is what she says to me. You can come pick me up, and then we can decide where we want to go. She's like, I don't care. It was just, it was just an idea. Y'all, why on earth? And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. And I'll say something else in a second as to why this makes me even more angrier. Y'all, why on earth would you ask your friend out to dinner and then be like, oh, by the way, you got to come pick me up? Because here's the thing. Waukegan, for me, is, depending on traffic, like a half an hour, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. For me to go pick her up, she lives in Winthrop Harbor. That's another, 20 minutes out of the way, and then come back to Waukegan, and then eat, and then take her home, and then drive all the way home, 7, 8 o'clock at night. No, I don't think so. Who in their right mind offers to take somebody out for their birthday dinner and then says, oh, by the way, come pick me up? Here's the reason why this makes me even more angry, and I don't even care at this point if she sees this. I really don't care at this point. I don't care, because the audacity. She has been sharing her car. She got her car, I think she got it last year or the year before. Not brand new, used, but nice car. She's been sharing it since last year with her brother because his car broke down and he has not replaced it. He has not gotten it fixed. Not sure if he's even saving any money. And she's basically afraid to ask him, which I don't understand at all. You're adults. You're 60 something and he's 40 something. Ask him when he's going to buy a new car. She's been sharing her car with him since last year. I am wholeheartedly of the opinion that her car was not in the shop. He has her car. And she saw it was my birthday, and she wanted to go out to eat for dinner. She didn't want to sit at home. Maybe she didn't have any groceries. I don't know. So she thought, okay, well, I'll offer to buy Kim dinner. She can come pick me up and take me out. No, sorry, not happening. Oh my God. And then so what's even worse about this whole situation is I was going through my car and I realized my umbrellas were missing. And at the time, I only noticed one was missing. Now I realize both of them were missing. They were little mini Coach umbrellas, a yellow one and an orange one. They're gone. I don't know where they are. The last time I used them was with her last year when we went to a No Kings protest in Gurnee, Illinois. And I'm pretty sure I left them in her back seat, just like I left my signs back there. And she told me she threw away the signs. So what did she do with my umbrellas? Because I can't find them. And that is literally the only time I use them. Probably since I've had them. Because they're always in my car for emergencies. And she was like, well, I would have noticed an umbrella because I would have noticed it wasn't mine. I don't have an umbrella. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure you do have an umbrella because I'm pretty sure you talked about it before. But then where did they go? Where did they go? Because I do not have them, y'all. I do not have them. If she had given them back to me, if I had taken them that day, they stay in the car. They're for the car, for emergency purposes. Not necessarily for me because I don't usually use them when it rains. I just walk in the rain. But if anybody else were to be driving with me and they needed an umbrella, it's for them. I don't understand. She's like, well, I don't have them. And I'm thinking to myself, your car is disgusting. You never clean your car. You have shit everywhere. I'm like, how do you know they're not there? So I haven't talked to her since Monday. I don't plan on reaching out to her again at all. And we're supposed to go to New York in December. And now I'm just thinking I'm going to go to New York by myself. Fuck it. I'm just going to buy a plane ticket and rent a cheap hotel room somewhere. And I'm going to go by myself and I'm going to do all the things that I wanted to do by myself. Because what the fuck? I don't understand. Am I crazy? Tell me I'm crazy in the comments. You invite somebody out for their birthday dinner and then say, oh, by the way, come get me. I was like, yeah, no. And I made up an excuse. which was not at all real. I just went out and ran my errands and came home and sat at home. And I was perfectly happy to do that, because I'm telling you what, I'm not picking somebody up on my birthday. If anything, you should be offering to come pick me up and chauffeur me around. All the times in the past, I don't know, 8, 9 months that I've had to pick this woman up because she let her brother have her car, because she is too afraid to tell him, go get a car. Y'all. And there's some personal things there between him and her, and some things that he's gone through in his past that worry her, which I understand. But at the same time, you know, you're talking an almost 50-year-old man. Like, he needs to get his act together. Like, when are you going to make people stand on their own 2 feet? You can have empathy and you can have sympathy. It doesn't mean you have to treat them like a giant baby. Seriously. We got 5 on the table. I'm going to do one more shuffle. I've been thinking about it since Monday. I can't stop thinking about it. Okay, we got 6 with bottom of the deck. We've got key, opportunity. We've got crown, personal power. We've got globe, possibility. Knot, relationships. Feather, messages. And bottom of the deck is stars, divine guidance. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Don't get too excited on this relationships. I don't think this is necessarily revolving around like a romantic relationship. To me, it's giving more like friendships, family members. It's funny because I'm talking about this story and in my friend's life with her and her brother and not standing up to him. Somebody needs to stand on business with family, with friends. And what I mean by that is, if somebody does you wrong and you feel like they've done you wrong, you need to cut that out of your life. And you don't necessarily have to cut a person out of your life, but you don't have to hang around them. You don't have to be around them. You don't have to expose yourself to them. Your energy, I mean. Because there's something here about somebody might receive messages from somebody like wondering why like your relationship has fallen off. Hilarious that I choose this reading to talk about what I experienced on Monday. Because like I said, I'm not going to reach out to her again. And honestly, I really just don't know at this point if I'm going to respond to anything that she has to say. I guess if she responds and says she has my umbrellas, then I'll probably meet her to go get them, and play nice and then just walk away. Because I'm just kind of fed up at this point. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the behavior. And I just don't understand people that don't take accountability. You know, I just don't. Because when I made up the excuse to not meet her for dinner, a part of me has this feeling, right? This intuitive feeling that she knew that I was turned off by the fact that A, she wanted to go to the Jamaican restaurant, and B, I had to pick her up. Because she kind of gave me a little bit of attitude. It seemed like there was a little bit of attitude in that last text. The funny thing is I don't give a fuck. Like, I just don't give a fuck. Like you, and then when I texted her later about the umbrellas, because I actually only texted her about the one, but I'm missing 2. And those were the 2 that we used that day. So I don't know what she did with them. Maybe she donated them. Maybe she threw them away. I have no idea. You would think that she would ask people like, hey, are these yours? Because you were in my car recently. I I got attitude off of her last text. So I'm just not interested. Like, you can't take accountability for your actions and the way that you behave, but you expect everybody to kiss your ass and take accountability for their actions. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need friends like that. I just don't need friends like that. And that would literally put me down to having one friend in my life. And I don't even, that other friend, I really don't even hang out with them or anything. They're my work friend. So the funny thing is I just don't care. I just don't care. Seriously. It's, when it gets to be to the point where a friend is more trouble than they're worth, what's the point? What's the point? When they're causing me like mental anguish and they're causing me, like, why would I bother? Like, why would I bother? And I know the situation between her and her brother, that's their situation. But when you involve me in the way that, like, I have to come pick you up every time we hang out, no, no, absolutely not. No. And again, if you allow your brother to have your car on certain days of the week and other days of the week you don't, how come we never hang out on the days of the week when you have your car? like make it make sense. But yeah, somebody might be coming in with a message to ask somebody, like, hey, what's going on? How come we're not, like, what is going on with our friendship, our relationship? And this is just a call for somebody to stand in their power, to stand on business. If you feel a certain type of way about a situation, about a person, whether you want to tell them that or not, you need to take a stand and stick to it, because your emotional and mental well-being is the most important thing above anybody else, family or friend. And readers will always say, like, oh, like, you need to release the people that aren't for you so that your soul tribe can come in, blah 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 blah. I feel like that's just something that we say as readers, when in reality, you should be releasing people that aren't for you. You should be releasing people that cause you anguish for yourself, whether or not another person is going to come in and be your friend or not. People really need to start recognizing that there is a possibility, and I'm not meaning to sound too harsh, but I do mean what I'm saying. People need to recognize that there is a possibility that you are just friends with people that aren't for you, and you need to let them go, and you just need to live your life. And whatever comes in, whatever happens, then that's what happens. Maybe you don't ever get a soul tribe. Maybe you don't ever find that next best friend. You will always be your best friend. And that's how it should be. And I tell you guys all the time, like, I am perfectly fine being alone. I'm my best friend. I do whatever the hell I want whenever I want, and I love doing it every fucking time. People get really turned off by people like that too. And did I talk about that yesterday, or was that Monday? Like, people get really turned off by self-assured people. I think I told you guys, at work, I started taking all my breaks and my lunches outside. Now, my best work friend, she went to Vegas a couple weeks ago with her family. And I told her, I said, when you're gone, it's going to start to get nice here. Like, winter is finally moving out and spring and summer is finally moving in. I said, by the time you come back, I'm going to be outside all day, every day. Oh, yeah, yeah, I know. She comes back. The first day she comes back, I'm outside. Like, it's gorgeous out. It's like 70s, crispy, but like warmer, like perfect for Illinois people, because once it hits 40 here, like, that's a heat wave, right? If you ever watch Grumpy Old Men, We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. Anything over 40 degrees to us is like primo. Primo. I think she got in her fifis about it. And people, like 2, 3 days in, people were asking her, "What's wrong with you and Kim? How come you're not friends anymore? Why does she go outside?" Are we that childish? Like do we not like you can't like it's not obvious? Like look at how beautiful it is outside. So finally after like a week and a half, I texted my friend on a Wednesday and I said, "I hope you realize that I'm just outside because I'm outside. It's gorgeous outside. I'm not sitting in the break room all day. Winter is gone. And as long as it's nice enough for me to sit outside, I'm going to sit outside. Probably through like October, November. Because last year we had 80-degree days in November. Like I think the week before Thanksgiving. I said, it's not that I love you. It's not that I don't want to spend time with you. I said, but you want to sit inside and I need to be outside and I come first. And she goes, no, 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 I get it. And I said, okay, well, I just wanted to let you know, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not trying to avoid you as a friend. I love you, you know. I said, but I can't sit in there. I just can't. Like, I don't know. I don't even know why everybody else sits in there. And the funny thing is probably like the last 2 weeks, every time I go outside, more and more people go outside. And I love it. I love it. Everybody should be out there. They should they should put more tables out there so that everybody can sit out there. It's beautiful out there. They have fans in the on the overhang ceiling, so when it starts to get warm, they turn on all the fans. It's lovely. It gets shaded in the afternoon, so like you don't necessarily have to sit in the sun if you don't want to. But it's just nice to get outside and get some fresh air and you can hear the birds and the chirps and the bugs and it's just nice. But yeah, people were like, "Oh, you and Kim, you're not friends anymore?" They just like automatically jump to that conclusion that like, and not only that, but the fact that I stopped sitting with her for breaks and lunches and I go and sit outside by myself. And even though there might be other people out there, like they all sit at their own tables. So I sit by myself. And I literally hear people being like, well, how come she goes outside to sit by herself? Like she doesn't want a friend? Like, like that kind of attitude of like, who does she think she is? Who do I think I am? I'm Kim. And I'm perfectly comfortable being by myself. It is not at all my fault that other people are codependent. People are so strange. They will get in a tizzy over the dumbest thing. You're going to get upset because someone doesn't feel like they need another person to prop them up. I don't. I don't feel like I need another person to prop me up. I don't need another person to tell me I'm beautiful. I don't need another person to tell me I'm successful. I'm Kim. I know I am. And you can look at that and think that's narcissistic, conceited, whatever you want. But there was a period in time where I did not love myself. I did not believe in myself. So for me to say those things now, chef's kiss, God's kiss. Because it took a long time to get here. But I have absolutely no problem being by myself. And people that are codependent hate that with a passion. Because they don't know themselves. They don't know who they are. They constantly need to be surrounded by people. And you will have people all day long tell you that they are not codependent. And then watch. You watch certain people and you're like, wait a minute, how are you not codependent? You're totally codependent. They don't see it. I'm going to leave it here. Stand in your power. Don't let anybody ever break you down. If you wholeheartedly believe in something, you wholeheartedly believe in yourself, you stick to that. You don't let anybody else convince you otherwise. Because there's something here about people trying to like bring a person down and God saying, don't let them do that to you. Don't let them do that. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if anything you're entertained. Hopefully this fucking video will upload because YouTube has been horrible. I did my collectives last night after I felt better, and the one did not upload until this morning at like 4 a.m., y'all. Like, I literally had to baby it and watch it and like update it like every 30 seconds so that it would keep going. And there's still no update for YouTube. Like, we need an update. It needs to get a little faster here. Hi, Bubs. I'll talk to you later.